Inferno Girl Red, Book 1, Part 1 of 3 by Image Comics. So this is another series that takes place within the Massive Verse. So we have Radiant Black, and then the spin-offs from Radiant Black. We have Rogue Sun, we have The Dead Lucky, and now we have Inferno Girl Red. It's kind of interesting because Inferno Girl Red actually showed up in the Supermassive one-shots, but this is the first time we actually get to see her series. I don't know why it took so long for it to get released, but it finally did. And how is it? Because anyone who's watched other reviews for Massiveverse series will know that I haven't really enjoyed them. Radiant Black is good. Radiant Red absolutely sucked. Radiant Pink absolutely sucks right now. Rogue Sun started off pretty terrible. It has gone a little bit better, but it's still not all that great. And The Dead Lucky has just, again, also been just terrible as well. So, is this series any better? I guess just watch and find out. So let's go through the first issue. So we start off with our main character, Cássia, and she is driving with her mom. And I guess this is another one of those stories where it's just a single mom. There aren't any good father figures in comics, I've noticed. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I will say I am a little bit disappointed in that. It's always the moms that stand by and protect the family and all that stuff. And the dads usually dip out. They're the loser who ends up cheating on the mom or whatever. We don't really know what happened to the dad here. But yeah, single mom. I will say that I do enjoy the relationship between the mom and the daughter in this issue. It's portrayed pretty good. The mom seems like a fun, interesting character. I'm not looking at her and I'm instantly disliking her or anything like that. She comes across as very likable. Same with Cássia. Cássia is not the cliche rebellious teen that we see Dylan portraying in Rogue Sun. In fact, we start off with them talking. Her mom is sharing a story about how she met up with Inferno Girl Red once. How she was in this monorail and this monster attacked the monorail, and Inferno Girl Red showed up. And the Inferno Girl Red suit here looks very interesting. So the suit here looks very much like the suit from, I hope I pronounced this right, Kikai Sentai Zen Kaiger. It is the latest Super Sentai series. The main suit looks exactly like this. I wonder if they got inspiration from that series, because obviously this does take a lot of inspiration from the tokusatsu genre in general. But Inferno Girl Red fights off the monster, saves the day. We find out that the mom has met up with Inferno Girl Red plenty of times. There have been plenty of times when Inferno Girl Red has saved the mom, and Inferno Girl Red disappears to make sure the monster is dead. Yeah, the two of them are continuing to chat. The mom gets a phone call. Basically, she was doing a job interview, and the interview, she thought it went good, but it turns out that because of her past, the fact that she went by the name Anna Ledin, and she used to work for the Monitor in Apex, which I don't know too much about what the Monitor is, but apparently it's not very good or trustworthy. Anyways, she doesn't get the job. And so we find out more from the conversation that the reason why they're going to Apex is because the daughter Cássia has gotten this scholarship for this fantastic, prestigious school. And the daughter is going because she knows that this school will basically put her on a great path, allow her to probably get a really damn good job, and she can finally help her mom. Basically, her mom has sacrificed a lot to raise her. They never really had too much money growing up. Cássia was fine. You still gave me love, and that's all that really mattered. But now I have the chance to pay that back. I have the chance to go to the school, get a good career out of it, possibly, and then me and you can live a better life than what we were living before. So we got that nice little dynamic between them. And yeah, she goes to the school. The school it seems very much kind of like a hipster-ish Santa Clara kind of school. I look at it and I'm like, oh, this feels like, oh, what was it? Was it Twitter where there's that person who posted a video on TikTok about how their life is working at Twitter, where they have like a therapy room where they get free lattes and juices, where there's like spas and stuff. That's basically kind of like what it seems here. It feels more like an artsy, fartsy kind of school rather than one that's here to teach, really. But I guess we'll find out as we go. But we have the main teacher, or I guess the owner of the school. Her name is Janie, and Janie's talking about placebos and the placebo effects and all that. And I'm not going to get into that, but basically she's kind of asking the students, why do you think the placebo effect works? And then Cassia, like, she makes a new friend who also turns out to be her new roommate. She decides to go to the library to learn out, to read up more about placebo effects. And while there, she sees this white flame in the distance. And then all of a sudden, the entire city gets uprooted and it gets teleported to a new universe. And a giant dome appears around the city, protecting it from outside threats. But some threats are still able to kind of sneak in through the cracks. And while she's watching all this going down, basically like this watch flies through the window, crashes right in front of her, attaches itself to her arm, and she can't take it off. And she's wondering like what the hell's going on. Her mom calls her and says, hey, meet me outside. Everything will be okay. I will say it's kind of interesting that here, as she's looking at her phone has like a hologram of her mom talking. So it's almost like, the Star Wars hologram messages, which begs the question of when this is supposed to take place. Because it's supposed to be in the same universe as Radiant Black and Rogue Sun and Dead Lucky, but none of them have like super high-tech stuff. I will say that, I mean, obviously Radiant Black has high-tech, but it's all like alien tech. Dead Lucky does have like a cyberpunk-ish kind of theme, but Dead Lucky is supposed to be set during the same time period as Radiant Black. Is this going to be set during the time period? I guess it doesn't technically matter because this all takes place in a separate universe. Because, like I said, their whole city got transported to this universe. So I guess the city got isekai'd, right? But she meets her mom. She gets a call from her roommate who's still locked in her dorm. And basically, there's a monster outside. And her mom notices the watch and tells her, I know exactly what you need to do. Only you can save your friend and stop this monster. I need you to go in there, find some place where no one can see you, and then put the index and middle finger of your left hand over the bracelet, and then yell out Inferno Ignite. And she decides to do that, and she transforms into Inferno Girl Red. And this version of Inferno Girl Red has a totally different design than the previous one. Like I said, the previous one looked more like the Keikai Sentai Zenkaiger. But I'm not going to spoil anything more. But here's what I'll say. Artwork is fine. I don't mind it. I mean, it's no like Spawn or DC or anything like that. But it's good for image. I do like it. I enjoy it. I like the fact that this character, like, this is the first time where we're actually starting to feel more like a tokusatsu. Just in, like, we got alien threats. We actually have a transformation scene where you have to do like the call out using a transformation device. Like in Radiant Black, they just transform into their suits. But I like how this is actually like doing the throwback like henshin scenes from Kamen Rider, or the transformation scenes from Power Rangers, the Super Sentai series. There's a device. You got to do the announcement. In this case is Inferno Ignite. And then you transform into the hero. And I was like, all right, that's cool. The main character is actually likable. I was a bit worried because there have been a lot of characters like this, and they've all come across as very, very unsufferable. And it's just because the writing is terrible. Here, Cássia is actually not that bad. I like her as a character so far. There's nothing there that I really dislike. She's not like super sassy at all. She's very down to earth, very normal in a sense. Like, the problem with a lot of female characters nowadays, and of course there are exceptions, but for the most part, at least the ones that I end up just seeing, they're so insufferable. They're just absolute see you next Tuesdays. And Cassia is surprisingly not like that. Like I said, she's very likable. She's sympathetic. Like, I understand what her goals are. She wants to do good at this school. She's worried that this is like an opportunity that she's worked so hard for, and she's worried that she's not ready for it, that she's going to fail, which is another good thing. Like, we have a character who's not super egotistical, because that's another thing where, like, we have characters like they're the smartest ever, they're the bestest ever. Cassia is not like that whatsoever. Yeah, she was smart enough to do really good on the test to get in, but she's still having doubts of if she's good enough for this school. She's still like feeling that she might not be ready, and she's hoping that she succeeds so that she can help make a better life for her and her mom. And speaking of her mom is also a very likable character. How her mom knows about the Inferno Girl Red stuff, I'm not completely sure. My thoughts is that because Inferno Girl Red saved her so many times in the past, that maybe that's just how she knows. The thing is does that mean that the mom knows that Inferno Girl Red, like her identity, like the previous Inferno Girl Red? Because she would have to know if she knows how the transformation sequence worked. Unless the mom was lying, and the mom was actually Inferno Girl Red, and she was lying about the fact that Inferno Girl Red saved her a bunch of times. Instead, she was actually Inferno Girl Red saving other people, and she doesn't want to tell her daughter that, yeah, I was actually the hero. So she made an excuse that she just got saved a bunch of times. That's another theory that could possibly be here. I guess we'll find out. But yeah, so far the two characters are very likable. The action scene is, I guess that would be the only weak point. It's just way too fast. I guess maybe it could also just be that I've been reading so many shonen and seinen action manga. And anyone who's read manga, you guys know how those fight scenes are. They're way more dragged out than fight scenes in comics. So maybe that's the case. I will just say that I enjoyed this. This was actually really good. In fact, I would say out of all the Massiverse series, this was actually the best start to one of the series. Even Radiant Black, the one series that from the Massiverse that I actually really do enjoy, started off absolutely terrible. It wasn't until halfway through issue 3 that it actually started picking up. This one, right out the gate, is already good, in my opinion. I like it. I like the characters. Artwork is good. I guess I would like to get a little bit more on Inferno Girl Red, where she comes from, what's up with all these aliens, like how are they a thing in this world. But I'm assuming we're going to get that in future issues. Like right now we're just kind of setting up, here's our main character, here's her goals, and here how she gets involved in this whole situation, how she becomes a tokusatsu hero. After that will be her like learning about her powers, learning more of like the backstory of Inferno Girl Red and the history of these heroes and stuff like that. So yeah, off to a really good start. I really enjoyed it, and I do recommend it. So yeah, thumbs up. This was great. I wish the other series in the Massiverse were like this. Like I said, some of them have been picking up. Dark Sun has been getting a little bit better lately. It's still not all that great. Like, I still couldn't fully recommend it, but it's getting close to being a recommendation. Dead Lucky is still pretty terrible, and the Radiant Black spin-offs, Radiant Red and Radiant Pink, have just been awful. So it's nice to see a series in that shared universe actually off to a really good start. So there you go. I'm kind of rambling at this point. This was good. I enjoyed it a lot, and I recommend it. Inferno Girl Red. It was awesome. There you go. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. So what did you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see. And I hope to see you guys next time. Later.